Number 22, Notre Dame, 4.5-point favorites against Arkansas. The over-under is 140 quarterback rating for Taylor Green. That is what Notre Dame allowed in each of its first 3 games this year. They had 2 such games all of last year. 3 games already this year in which they are off to a 1-2 start. Taylor Green had 2 such games with a 140 quarterback rating against ranked foes last year, already won this year. This could very easily be another. This is the guy who is leading FBS in scrimmage yards per game. Taylor Green has not been perfect, but the 4 local quarterback, when he hits right, he hits and he gets big time chunk plays. Like that's not going to be in doubt. The actual over under for this game, Will, is 64.5. That is high. I think that's highest in FBS this week. That is because neither of these defenses have been particularly good against power conference competition. It's been a rough go. Who can get the most stops, particularly in the second half? I don't know what a first half lead really amounts to in this one. Is it going to be the defense facing the 4 local quarterback, or is it going to be the defense facing Jeremiah Love, a week removed from allowing 290 rushing yards to Memphis? I'd say advantage Notre Dame there. It's still Marcus Freeman, like I tend to think that matters at some point. I don't know. As frustrated as Arkansas fans are that this is a noon kickoff on ABC, that's been a very major point of contention for Arkansas fans since that was announced over the summer. This sort of has
good news. These teams are now 3-4. So, hey, you saw the noon kickoff coming and you just sucked to the occasion, teams.
Arkansas fans, you don't want to hear this. I'm telling you, you don't want to hear this. You're kind of the perfect noon game. You kind of are. Back and forth plays that have Joe Test just losing his mind. I'm just assuming Joe Test is going to be on the call for this. I haven't even looked that up, but he was on the call last week for the Memphis game too. Taylor Green and Jeremiah Love just trying to hurdle dudes left and right. Who will hurdle more dudes in this game? Jeremiah Love, who's addicted to hurdling, or Taylor Green? I don't know. Maybe both are going to have multiple. I hope. I try to let people know because we're adults. We have lives. We have things going on. I try to let people know on this show that as much as I love this sport, there are certain noon slates in which it's a good time to be able to build up some of that credibility you need within your household so that you can lock into college football for the rest of the day. And you say like, I don't need to watch, the first part of the noon games. Like, let's go out. Let's get some mulch. It's, we need to get some fertilizer for the weekend. Whatever. Do your productive fall thing that you need to be able to get done. Somebody out there is listening to this going, Connor, you idiot, you don't fertilize in the fall. What are you talking about?
Come on.
I try to let the people know. Okay. I do. This is not a noon slate you should skip. You should be watching this start to finish. Okay. Get your credit back somewhere else. Do something extra nice on Friday night. Maybe miss some of those NFL games on Sunday. Don't miss this noon slate. It's going to be good. Watch this. If you got the YouTube multi-view, get USC Illinois on the other game, a game that feels really important for Lincoln Riley as he's trying to keep USC in playoff contention. This game should be a lot of fun. It should be based on the strengths and weaknesses that we've seen for both of these teams. The problem for Arkansas, and I'm not breaking news by saying this, you just can't trust this team to win competitive games. If there is a window that's open,
you're saying that so politely, but it's such a fundamentally sad thing to be true. Where it's like, if this game's in doubt, start doubting.
If this game is within 14 in the fourth quarter, assume it's not going to go Arkansas's way.
Yep.
Just assume that. At this point, wait for that back-breaking fumble. Wait for Arkansas to have 12 men on the field coming out of a timeout. Wait for Arkansas to have a procedural penalty of some ridiculous magnitude. Wait for them to get a leveraged leaping penalty. What are they calling it these days on field goals? I don't even remember.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do something like that. That's going to be a key thing in this game, and Arkansas is going to find a way to not win. Okay?
Yeah. And I mean, hey, this is really weakness on weakness across the ball because you have Marcus Freeman, who famously lines up 10 people on defense, and then you have
one time. And the game didn't even matter that much, right?
You lose one game against Ohio State on national television, and Lou Holtz is there, and suddenly that's your whole identity until you have your backup quarterback who played lacrosse come back and mess up the PAT. Anyway, yeah, this is too soon. This is a procedural nightmare for a football purist. You're so right about that. I mean, both of these teams have had just absurd things go wrong with them on offense, defense, and special teams. You could talk about losing the freaky fumble for Arkansas last week. You could talk about just leaving that dude wide open to score the longest touchdown, maybe second to the Ryan Williams play in total time that I've seen, where I'm like, this guy's going to keep running and no one's going to catch him. So every play, you're so right, is a chance for a beautiful disaster, a happy accident, as Bob Ross used to call it. And I'm excited. I think it's a perfect way. The kegs and eggs thing, the SEC can kind of take that over and just put Taylor Green at noon every day to really just get your day going.
The thing about Four Loko, for those who have ever experienced this, I don't think I've ever actually consumed a full Four Loko. And I was in college when Four Loko got going, and it was like really big. And then the FDA stepped in and said, maybe not. But I remember my buddies who had multiple Four Lokos. They don't remember it, but I remember.
That's the thing. You never remember finishing a Four Loko. You may finish it or not, but you stop, at some point throughout. And really quick, I saw this record in one-score games here. Sam Pittman.
Oh, I know all of them, Will. It's 2-10 since the start of 2023. It's 4-14 since the start of 2022 for Sam Pittman.
Well, there you go. Just want to say Brian Kelly is 8-3 in such games, number one in the SEC.
No, to make everything about LSU. Look at you.
I'm just saying. People talk about scared money don't make money. Anyway, so point being, and of course, funny enough, Hugh Freeze is actually kind of down there with Sam Pittman. But yeah, definitely a statement game. And again, I'm imagining Bobby Petrino right now at practice. What do you think an Arkansas practice is like right now, Connor?
Well, I just can't get that image. I know I brought this up on the Sunday pod. I just feel like Bobby Petrino, who I think it was, I don't remember who reported this. It might have been Pete Nakos for On 3, that Bobby Petrino is like very much interested in the interim job, if there is an interim job to be had. And it is Dwight showing up at the office with a gun.
Yes. It's so classically, it's like, who's running back coughed up the football? Who's quarterback threw those horrible picks? Not me. I'm just the offensive coordinator.
This game is going to have some drive that feels like Arkansas has gotten over the hump. Long touchdown drive. Look at Taylor Green. Big time moment. And then like within 8 seconds, you're going to realize that Jadarian Price returned a kickoff for a touchdown for Notre Dame, and Notre Dame's going to find a way to win this one. I have Notre Dame winning 45-38. Awesome noon game. And I say awesome from a entertainment standpoint and not so much from an Arkansas torture standpoint, because at this point, Arkansas fans, torture is inevitable.
Yeah. So you have this overhitting, despite it being...
I have a lot of overs hitting this week.
Oh, heck
I have not been on the over train. I've been very much on the under train. I think a lot of that changes this week.
Yes. Did you see kind of the Zapruder film of CJ Carr tipping his RPOs as well?
Oh, I did not see this.
Oh,
I
man.
love a good all 22 breakdown of, oh my God, you might be doing something really, really stupid here.
Oh, yes.
CJ Carr's a new starter. He can work through something like that. I assume that'll be figured out.
Yes. Basically what they showed is in the A&M game during an RPO, right? Whenever he was going to drop back and pass, or whatever he pre-read that he was going to pass the ball, he was already kind of preset in his passing stance with his back foot already back. Whereas if he was going to hand the ball off, his feet were kind of parallel, i.e. to hand the ball off more regularly. And the way I saw it was an A&M fan quote tweeted and said, respectfully, they still got up and down the field on us over and over and over again. So even if our coaches saw this, points. I got big problems with this.
Yeah. It's like, Notre Dame's offense is good.
I gotta give that specific A&M fan credit, because it's like, well, either our coaching staff didn't see this and they're stupid, or they did and it didn't matter. It was just a very funny way to take that. So that being said, we really have just such a high chaotic potential here. I actually think Arkansas is at least going to, or I don't think Notre Dame is going to cover. I think they'll get within the spread here. It's hard for me to pick Arkansas, but I just feel like, man, I love Taylor Green so much, and I think that fundamentally, you know what, I'm gonna go chaos. I say Arkansas win this one, whatever,
right?
Because at the end of the day, it's going to be way more fun, and I like Arkansas's offense better, and I have no reason to root for Notre Dame's defense. It's not like I have anything to really hang my hat on to say they're so great at anything. Let's do it. I think they beat A&M. Or I think
the thing that kind of sucks though for Arkansas is if they win this game, then Notre Dame drops to 1-3, and Notre Dame's out, like 100% out of the playoff picture. There are still people that think Notre Dame can get in at 10-2.
The funniest outcome is Sam Pittman wins by like 10 points, and then it's like, well, it's a no-score game, and this team's 1-3, and they're not any good. It doesn't matter.
That would be, yes. That would be immediately, take credit away from Arkansas, that type of game. And that's pretty much where Arkansas is at this point. Maybe you could argue Arkansas, that this is a place Arkansas has been at for ever. I don't know. John Neighbors can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it feels very much like Arkansas has been at this place pretty much forever.
Give me date
So,
Mike Bobby Petrino. Give me Bobby Petrino with the bow tie, slick back hair, ready for the job interview. Let's do it. I'm going all in.
how much money would you pay for the footage? And I'm not saying we don't bury people until they've died.
Can't
But
wait
how
for this
much money?
question.
What a preamble. How much money would you pay for the unedited footage of a Bobby Petrino job interview for the head coaching job at Arkansas? I think I'd pay $500. Is that too much? That's too much.
I'm right there with you, man. Because at the end of the day, you don't know if he's gonna come in and do like the "Hey, you need me," like kind of just like "Hey," like
with a holster.
like basically just put it on the table and be like, "Hey, exactly." Like you have no better option than me. Good luck. Or if he's gonna do the binder and the slide deck and have. I don't know if they let him have interns anymore, but have one of his interns do a binder or something that he can come in and present. But you're right; it could go lots of ways. I think he's a good shot at the job. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, who cares?
Shows up in a neck brace and then takes it off to show how much he's learned. See, I'm good now. I'm a different man. I'm a changed man.
There's a choir in the background. Yeah, that was fire.
Good Lord.